Welcome to the Explainer. Look, right this very second, there's a literal microscopic battle happening inside your body. We're talking about an unseen, relentless clash involving aging, cellular damage, and a pretty incredible defender that honestly you might not even realize you have. So, are free radicals accelerating your aging? Well, to really understand our cellular defender, we've got to understand the enemy first. Free radicals are these harmful substances that basically go around damaging our cells, our tissues, and even our vital organs. In fact, scientists believe these little troublemakers play a huge role in all those physical conditions we usually associate with getting older.
Section 1. Meet vitamin E, the cellular defender.
So what exactly is it? Well, vitamin E goes by a couple of fancy scientific alter egos, alpha-tocopherol and gamma-tocopherol. But the main thing you need to know is that it's a fat-soluble vitamin. That means your body doesn't just use it and lose it. Instead, it actually stores it away in your fatty tissue and liver. Think of it like a biological reserve force, just waiting around to be deployed whenever you need it. Which naturally leads us to the big question, right? What does it actually do? How exactly does this fat-soluble reserve act as a superhero in our everyday biological systems? Section 2. The antioxidant superpowers. All right, here's the core dynamic at play. You've got those destructive free radicals constantly trying to harm our cells and speed up the aging process. But then, vitamin E steps in as a potent antioxidant. It's basically a protective shield, guarding your body's tissue from that constant microscopic barrage. And vitamin E doesn't just stop at fighting free radicals. It is a massive multitasker. It keeps your immune system strong against viruses and bacteria, helps form red blood cells, and actively widens your blood vessels to prevent clotting. It even acts as a vital cellular messenger, helping your cells communicate with each other so they can carry out all their important jobs.
Now, we always have to follow the science. And while it is an incredibly powerful defender, we do currently need more research to prove whether vitamin E can actually prevent things like cancer, heart disease, dementia, or stroke. We've got to stick to the data. And right now, the conclusive evidence on preventing those specific conditions is still pending.
Section 3. Where to find its secret headquarters.
So the absolute best way to get your daily requirement is completely naturally, straight through your diet. You can easily grab it from vegetable oils like sunflower or corn, nuts like almonds and peanuts, and all sorts of seeds. And yes, even those green leafy veggies your parents always force you to eat, like spinach and broccoli, they are excellent natural headquarters for it. It's honestly incredibly easy to weave these sources right into your everyday meals. But hey, real quick, a little PSA for your next grocery trip. A lot of everyday items like breakfast cereals, fruit juices, and margarine are what we call fortified. That just means extra vitamins have been intentionally added in by the manufacturer. So make sure to check the nutrition fact panel on the back of the box to see exactly how much extra defense you're getting from those fortified products.
Section 4. The supplement plot twist.
Now, getting vitamin E from its natural food sources, completely 100% safe. However, taking high-dose alpha-tocopherol supplements, well, that's kind of a different story. These high-dose pills might actually increase your risk of bleeding in the brain, a hemorrhagic stroke. Yeah, it's pretty serious, and there's potentially an increased risk for birth defects too, though more research is pending on that front. On the flip side, we do have to look at the other extreme too. While it's incredibly rare in healthy adults, having an extremely low intake carries its own specific danger. A severe deficiency can actually lead to a red blood cell issue called hemolytic anemia, though this is seen specifically in premature babies.
Section 5. The Rulebook. How much do you need?
Okay, before we jump into the hard numbers, let's just quickly decode some medical jargon from the health guidelines. You'll often see recommended dietary allowance, or RDA. That's the daily intake level backed up by solid, hard scientific research. It's enough to meet the needs of nearly all healthy people. Now, when there isn't quite enough hard data to set an official RDA, scientists use something called adequate intake, or AI. That's essentially our best nutritional guess to ensure sufficient nutrition, and you'll see this used a lot for infants. So as you look at the guidelines, you'll notice how our requirements steadily evolve as we grow up. Infants start out with an adequate intake of just 4 to 5 milligrams a day, but as kids grow, that recommended dietary allowance steadily ticks up. By the time you hit adolescence, 14 and older, and throughout adulthood, you're looking at a target requirement of 15 milligrams a day. There is a big exception, though. While pregnant teens and women stick to that 15 milligrams, breastfeeding teens and women actually require the highest amount, a full 19 milligrams per day, to properly support both their own bodies and their growing babies. Now please, sear this next number into your memory. 1,000. Yep, 1,000 milligrams per day. According to the health guidelines, this is the absolute maximum upper safe limit of vitamin E supplements for adults. Pushing past that threshold, that takes you right back into that risky territory we talked about earlier with the brain bleeding, so definitely keep that in mind.
Which really brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought. Are you over-supplementing when your dinner plate might already be providing the ultimate cellular defense? I mean, given that everyday foods like nuts, spinach, and vegetable oils are naturally absolutely packed with this vital antioxidant, you might already be perfectly protected without ever needing to open a pill bottle. Sometimes the absolute best medicine is simply what's naturally on the menu. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer. I really hope this helps you build an even healthier routine.